Hi guys, how's it going? I hope wherever you are in the world you are staying safe and secure and weathering through this pandemic we are experiencing right now. I know I've been quarantined now for a couple weeks and let me tell you, I'm losing my mind. I'm going crazy, but I am making do with my current situation. But I will be listening to Mariah Carey's Butterfly for the very first time, her sixth studio album released back in 1997. And you guys have been hyping up this album for quite a while. A lot of you choose this album as your favorite Mariah Carey album ever. And let me tell you, I'm very much excited to listen to this album, more so than some of her prior albums, just because you guys have been hyping up this album so much. So I'm really excited, and I also gotta say that Mariah Carey's birthday is coming up. It's on this coming Friday, so happy birthday, Mariah Carey. I'm not gonna say how old she's turning because apparently she doesn't like to acknowledge how old she is, so I'm gonna respect her wishes and not acknowledge how old she's turning. You guys could probably look it up. Anyway, there are 12 tracks on this album. I have heard two of the tracks already, Honey, track number 1, and track number 3, My All. The other 10 tracks are brand new to me, but like always, if I start listening to a song and it sounds familiar, I'll let you guys know. So let's get right into it. It's 57 minutes. So track number 1, Honey. Yeah. Alrighty, so that was track number 1, Honey. Yes, this song is so refreshing after listening to albums like Music Box and Daydream. It's so refreshing to hear a more reinvented sound from Mariah listening to track number 1, Honey. It's definitely more R&B sounding, and I was getting down to it. It's a lot of fun. I remember listening to the song for the first time. I mean, this song came out in the late 90s, around 1997, so I was still in elementary school, and I remember listening to this song way back when, and I love it even to this day, and I gotta say, it's one of my favorite Mariah Carey songs. And I'm reading a little snippet here. She said, Carey wrote in the booklet of her 12th studio album, Memoirs of an Imperfect Angel, that she considers Butterfly her magnum opus and a turning point in both her life and career. And I totally believe that. And what makes this song so iconic in my eyes is because it has that iconic part where it goes, you know what I'm talking about, the do 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 do. I completely butchered that, but when I hear that part, it just instantly takes me back to my childhood. And so anyway, let's keep moving along to track number 2, Butterfly. Yes, track number 2, A Butterfly. Oh my god, I wasn't expecting to love this song as much as I did. Wow, the gospel choir, the melody, the production, everything about this song is 5 out of 5. I might be overreacting. I mean, obviously I feel like I'm not because this is apparently one of her best albums ever, so fuck it, I don't care. This song is amazing. Was this song a single? I really hope it was. Oh, okay, it was. It was the second single released off this album. Thank God. Okay. Really good. I feel like this song reminds me of Hero. I feel like this song nicely complements Hero from her Music Box album. And it just made me feel good. Butterfly, I mean, we all go through transformations in our life where we feel like we're in a cocoon and we're trapped. We don't know what to do. And then one day we just kind of flourish and we discover something new about ourselves and we just say screw it, everything changes and we morph and turn into a beautiful butterfly. I know it's such a cliche metaphor, turning into a butterfly, but honestly it's true. And I've gone through many phases like this in my life where I felt like a cocoon, I felt trapped, and then I just flourished into a butterfly. And it's a very beautiful song. She's saying, spread your wings and prepare to fly, for you have become a butterfly. Fly abandonedly into the sun if you should return to me. We truly were meant to be, and so spread your wings and fly, a butterfly. So I feel like obviously butterfly is a metaphor for transformation, but it could also mean death as well. You were trapped inside your cocoon, then you unfortunately passed away, and now you are able to spread your wings, become a butterfly, and fly off. I don't know, I feel like it can mean many different things, but at the end of the day, I feel like the metaphor of transformation, become a butterfly, comes down to just feeling free. Just feeling free at last, whether you were in a horrible relationship, abusive relationship, or just in any aspect of your life, you felt trapped and you now have that urge to fly forward and become a new person. So anyway, let's keep moving along to track number 3, My All. I am thinking of you. I give my all to have. I'd risk my life to be. Baby, can you feel me? I give my all to have. I'd risk my life to feel. 'Cause I can't go on. I give my all to have. Somebody next to me, 'cause I can't go on. I give my all. Okay, and that was track number 3, My All. I mean, what's there to say about this song? It is simply spectacular. And I actually failed to mention during track number 2, Butterfly, I was so excited about it that I just forgot to say this, that her vocals in track number 2, Butterfly, were absolutely amazing. You could hear the passion in her voice. It didn't even feel like she was singing a song. I mean, obviously she was, but more so just felt like she was just speaking from her heart. It seemed very genuine and honest and very powerful, just like My All, track number 3. I remember hearing this track way back when. I even want to go as far as say this was probably one of the very first Mariah Carey songs I ever heard back when I was a kid. This one and probably Honey as well, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I still love it to this day. Even though I really love this song, and I think it's simply beautiful, My All isn't one of my favorite Mariah Carey singles of all time, but still on my list of maybe top 10 or top 15. I really love the lyrics in this song in particular. She's saying, I give my all to have just one more night with you. I'd risk my life to have your body next to mine, because I can't go on living in the memory of our song. I give my all for your love tonight. I'm a sucker for when someone says stuff like this to me. I'm a sucker for it. I'm a sucker for poetry and words like this and metaphors like this about love and risking their life. I mean, I know it's so cliche, but I'm such a sucker for words like this. And when you actually think about it, it is very powerful. I mean, how many times can I say that I would risk my life just to be near someone, to give everything I have just to see you once again, to have you lie next to me? Would I risk my life for that? I mean, that's very powerful to say. Would you say it for someone you really love and care for? At the end of the day, if you can say that you would risk your life for someone, if you give up everything you own just to be with that person, then that right there is true love. And then there are times where you're saying, I would risk my life just to be with you again, but unfortunately, that can never happen because that person has passed on. It's impossible to be with that person again because they're no longer on this planet. So I feel like that's even worse. being in love with someone and just wanting them next to you, but knowing that there is no possible way that could happen because they have passed on and they're dead. 3 tracks in and I'm already getting the feels. I mean, it's actually warming up outside. Spring is in the air. I live in Canada, so finally the temperature is hovering over 0 degrees. This weekend is going to be +9. And my apartment, the heat is still on, so it's getting warmer outside, but my apartment is still being heated. My body's just getting overheated. I'm wearing this big ass cardigan. I mean, wow. Anyway, let's move on to track number 4, The Roof. Already, and that was track number 4, The Roof. Wow, I really enjoyed this song. As I was listening to it, I was picturing myself in a car driving late at night with the windows rolled down and this song played with the stars above me. I was just getting that feeling as I was listening to this track. And I really apologize if you hear screaming in the background. There is this woman, my neighbor, she is screaming at her boyfriend. This has been a very continuous thing. They keep arguing, screaming. They've been doing this for weeks. You could just hear her shrieking in the background. I'm really sorry if you can hear it, but anyway. Oh wow. Shit's going down next door. Anyway, I'm really bad too. Like, I'll go up to my front door and like press my ear up against the door so I can like kind of hear what they're yelling about because they've been doing this for a while, like days on end. So like I want to know what they're arguing about. And I told one of my friends that the other day how I actually kind of eavesdrop on my neighbors when they're yelling, and he was like, you know, that's the Ukrainian, you know, apparently lots of Ukrainians like to eavesdrop when people are yelling. Oh. Fuck you. Oh, she's screaming fuck you. It's getting serious. Get out of my house. Oh my. Anyway, I'm sorry if you hear door slamming in the background. It's such a refreshing sound from Mariah to be releasing these more R&B tracks. And I gotta say, as I'm reading the lyrics, I'm getting the impression that she's yearning for someone. She keeps saying, you know, I want to feel you again. I wish I could go back in time to relive this splendor of you and I. So there's lots of reminiscing about someone or a particular time. I've been getting this impression after listening to The Roof and My All, even Butterfly. I don't know if she's singing about, I mean, she could be singing about so many things. Maybe you guys know, you guys have had 23 years to dissect this album. But I get the sense that she's yearning for someone, that she's reminiscing about someone, about having them close to her. Now they moved on, she's no longer with them. So maybe you guys can let me know in the comments. But anyway, we are at 4 for 4. I'm really loving this album. So let's move on to track number 5, 4th of July. Already, and that was track number 5, 4th of July, and these lyrics are absolutely beautiful. I mean, I shouldn't expect anything less from these albums because it is Mariah. Mariah is writing these songs. She is Co-writing, I mean, I don't know if she's written these songs by herself. Whenever I look at the bottom, it says written by Mariah Carey. It's usually with someone else. But anyway, the words she uses, it's like poetry. I mean, she uses words that a typical recording artist doesn't use. I've said this many times before. And I just love how she words things. She said thunderclouds hung around so threateningly, ominously hovering. I mean, it's so beautiful the way she words things. It's like reading a book. That's what I was trying to say. It's like reading a book. It was twilight on the 4th of July. Sparkling colors were strewn across the sky, and we sat close enough that we just barely touched, while Roman candles went soaring above us. Does that not sound like something an author would write in a book? You know, this was a bit of a dreamy song as well. It's kind of taking me up in the clouds, but it's probably my least favorite track on the album so far out of the 5 tracks I've listened to. But even though it's my least favorite, I still enjoyed it. So starry-eyed on the flowery hillside, breathless and fervid amid the dandelions. I mean, who uses the word fervid in a song? I've never heard, Mariah... some of you might be rolling your eyes at, so much commentary that I have on the lyrics, but honestly, I am a little bit of a writer. I like to write in my spare time. I've self-published a few books. I like writing books, so words are important to me, and I guess that's why I'm so in tune with the English language. Anyway, enough of that. Let's move on to track number 6, A Breakdown featuring Crazy Bone and Wishbone. Ooh. Already, and that was track number 6, A Breakdown, and I really enjoyed this song. I love the beats, I love the production, I love the feature as well. I don't think Mariah has had any features on any of her albums up until now. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm trying to think back. There was Boys to Men, but that was more of a duet. I don't know, I'm drawing a blank. It's just such a refreshing sound for her. I think that's why I'm enjoying this album so much. It's just so different from her prior albums. I mean, not completely different, but you get what I mean. Just the sound and aesthetic of the album is very new. She's singing about having to put on a mask when she is in fact miserable and sad. She has to put on a fake mask of trying to appear happy. She's saying, I'm going to extremes to prove I'm fine without you, but in reality, I'm slowly losing my mind. Underneath the guise of a smile, gradually, I'm dying inside. Friends ask me how I feel, and I lie convincingly, because I don't want to reveal the fact that I am suffering. So I wear my disguise till I go home at night, and I break down and cry. I feel like we've all been there. We have to leave our house sometimes, and well, not right now. Don't leave your house right now. We're in quarantine. But you know what I mean. Sometimes we have to leave the house and we have to put on a fake smile, but inside we're just fucking dying and miserable. And it sucks. So now let's move on to track number 7, Baby Doll. Already, and that was track number 7, Baby Doll. I feel like I'm under some sort of spell. I feel like I'm really enjoying this album so far, and it's kind of reminding me of her Caution album from 2018, which I already did a first listen video to. I really enjoyed Caution, and this is reminding me of Caution, or I should say Caution is reminding me of this album, just because Caution is a very consistent album. I liked almost every single track off that album. And I'm getting the same feeling from this album as well. Butterfly. Every track has been very consistent. I haven't disliked a single track yet. Obviously, there are tracks I enjoy more than others, but I've enjoyed every single one. It's just a very solid, consistent album, track by track. And I gotta say, if you are a huge Mariah Carey fan, which obviously you are because you're watching this video, and you haven't read lyrics to her songs before, if you just listen to her songs but you actually don't read the lyrics, I suggest you go back to all her albums and read the lyrics because they truly are beautiful. And a lot of the times it's like reading the story, it's like reading a book. You'll maybe learn some new words, and it's just so beautiful how she strings different words together and different sentences. It's really beautiful. Anyway, let's keep moving along to track number 8, Close My Eyes. That was corny. Alrighty, and that was track number 8, Close My Eyes. I really love the melody in this song. This is a good continuation of the album. Once again, I like the lyrics. Guardian Angel, I sail away on an ocean with you by my side. Orange clouds roll by and they burn into your image and you're still alive. I mean, this isn't one of my favorite tracks on the album, I will say, but I still enjoy it and I would definitely go back to it. So now let's move on to track number 9, Whenever You Call. Love wandered inside. We cannot turn back. I won't ever be too far away to feel you. I'll be the one to catch you on. And I open my heart, and I won't ever be too far away to feel you. I'll be the one to catch your fall, and I will breathe with you each day. Yes, Whenever You Call, track number. I'm speechless. I have no words. I have absolutely no words to give you guys. Hands down, one of my favorite tracks on the album. So beautiful, power ballad central. Yes, beautiful melody, powerful. Oh my god, was this song a single? Let me check once again. It was not. Crime of the 90s, crime of the 20th century. Whenever You Call was not a single. You know what? Whatever. I'm happy with the singles that were chosen, but this one definitely could have been a single. Wow. I mean, I couldn't even pay attention to the lyrics because I was so in tune with the power of the song and what I was experiencing. So you know what? Whenever You Call, track number 9, one of my favorites on the album so far. So let's move on to track number 10, Fly Away, Butterfly, Reprise. Already, and that was track number 10, Fly Away, a Butterfly, Reprise. And I always love it when Mariah has a dance song on one of her albums, something you hear at the clubs. I definitely feel like if there was a remix of this song, you could hear it at the clubs. And it was fun. It got my body moving and it was enjoyable. I mean, the beats and production were getting my ass moving around up and down this yoga ball, so I was having fun. Let's move on to track number 11, The Beautiful Ones, featuring Drew Hill. Already, and that was track number 11, The Beautiful Ones. And I failed to mention when I listened to track number 10, Fly Away, is that she was using her whistle register quite a bit in the background of the production. And I feel like she's using her whistle register a bit more on this album than some of her prior albums. I could be wrong. But it's very beautiful. I love it when she uses that whistle register of hers. This track as well, The Beautiful Ones, she was using it. And I liked it. I mean, I don't know if I'll get crucified for saying this, but I will say The Beautiful Ones might be one of my least favorites, if not maybe my least favorite track on the album. And I'm so sorry if I say that. Maybe I'm just a loser for saying that. Maybe I'm just a complete idiot. I wasn't feeling this track. I'm really sorry. Maybe I missed something, but I liked the feature. I liked Drew Hill on it. And it was a beautiful song, just like the rest of the album. I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't gelling with it for some reason. It kind of dragged a little bit. I mean, it's almost 7 minutes, 6 minutes. So I don't know. It's probably not a track I would really go back to, unfortunately. Let's move on to track number 12, which is the final track of the album. Track number 12, Outside. Alrighty, and that was the final track of the album, track number 12, Outside. Wow, this was a very powerful song, a great way to wrap up the album. This definitely is a song that could have been on one of her prior albums. I was getting old school Mariah vibes. I mean, obviously 1997 is old school as well, but you know, even before 1997, this song I feel like could have been on one of her earlier albums like Music Box or Emotions, even Daydream. And I really liked it. That powerhouse voice once again, it made a comeback halfway through, and I loved it. The lyrics are very touching. She's saying, "Standing alone, eager to just believe it's good enough to be what you really are, but in your heart, uncertainty forever lies, and you'll always be somewhere on the outside." Early on, you face the realization you don't have a space where you fit in and recognize you were born to exist. Enough said. Oh, and God knows that you're standing on your own, blind and unguided into a world divided. And it's really weird to read those particular words, a world divided, because I've been using those words for what seems like forever, because I am a self-published author, and the title of one of my book series is called A World Divided. It's a series of 8 books I hope to fully write one day. I've written the first 2 in the series, and the series is called A World Divided. So I haven't come across somebody else who has used those words before, a world divided. I've heard a country divided or a city divided. I've never heard someone else say a world divided. It's fate. It's fucking fate. I'm just gonna leave it there. Anyway, I really enjoyed this album. Obviously, I feel like this is one of my favorite Mariah Carey albums. I love how she changed it up. It was more R&B, even a little bit of hip hop, I want to say. And this is a nice change. Hopefully, she goes forward with this trend of incorporating more solid R&B production into her work. She suits it very well, and I feel like she now has more creative control over her music. And I really enjoyed it. I liked almost every single track on here, and it was very refreshing. I enjoyed reading the lyrics so much, just like any Mariah Carey album, but this one in particular. A lot of touching songs. She's using the allegory of a butterfly quite a bit. She's yearning for someone to be close to. She wants to feel their body again. She's reminiscing a lot. She may perhaps be saying goodbye, and there's still some uncertainty there as well. And I feel like these are themes that have been common throughout all of Mariah Carey's albums. But like I said before at the beginning of this video, if you know the circumstance behind this album, some of the lyrics and what happened in her life during this time, let me know in the comments. Enlighten me. And now I can see why so many people choose this as one of their favorite Mariah Carey albums. I even want to go as far as say that this is perhaps one of her most consistent albums so far in her discography. So what did you guys think of the album? Maybe you aren't a fan of this album. Maybe you dislike it. To each their own. Explain why. What are your favorite tracks? What are your least favorite, if there are any? And what was it like when this album was released back in 1997? What were people saying? What were people talking about? And I think that's all I want to say. We will be moving on to Rainbow next, which I am excited for. And then we will be done the 90s Mariah, and then we will be heading into the 2000s Mariah, the 21st century. Ooh. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Twitter, you can message me, you can tell me other artists I should check out. I'm open to any artists from any decade. You can find me on Apple Music, you can check out my playlist and what I'm listening to right now. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe if you are in quarantine right now. Hopefully it doesn't last for much longer. If, hopefully it only lasts for a few more weeks, hopefully not a few more months, and, we'll get through this together. So take care, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.